For the past 3 years, I've been coaching Gamerlegion, and today, I decided to give you a glimpse of the kind of strategy a coach can bring to the table at Counter-Strike. We're going to look at how we were able to read and exploit Virtus.pro's game plan on Overpass, securing us a win and qualifying to the main stage of IEM Katowice. At the time, Virtus.pro were regarded as one of the most informed teams in the world of Counter-Strike, and after trading maps, we were left an Overpass decider, with it being arguably the strongest map for both teams. For this video, I want to talk about 2 examples where we exploited the small gaps in VP's sturdy defense. We will describe Virtus.pro's CT side as defensive, with them regularly vacating the connector and bathroom areas early in the round in order to play closer together in a compact style towards both bomb sites. The reason why they want to choose to avoid common areas that CTs usually play is that they want to play as closely together as they can, while holding utility as much as possible to stall the Ts in order to make quick rotates due to how close they play together. This also means that their anchor players can flash both bomb sites to assist their teammates, also whilst keeping control in their positions. So what's the plan? We start by recognizing just how early they like to leave the contested areas of the map. For the A players, this is a toilet and connector area, and usually by 1 minute 15, this is a total ghost down. So if we're to break this down into objectives, then objective number 1 is to be courageous and take the space of the connector towards A, so we have the room to create an opportunity to fake later. Objective number 2 is to deny any information the VP wants to get, and at the same time understand how they want to play. We cannot know what their game plan is, or how they will choose to adapt if they feel they have totally lost map control early in the round. So, we'll go into a prolonged freeze to see if they make an unlikely mistake. Run the clock to 30 seconds, and throw in a fake in the late round so they're convinced that this is where our planned ended is. There is a problem though. Overpass is a map where faking is often very difficult due to how much time it regularly takes to clear connector safely and the vast distance between the 2 bomb sites. Whereas for the CTs, they're not only able to rotate in a fraction of the time, but they can also flash above each bomb site from the opposite one, meaning the CTs are able to be connected when playing super defensively. To sell a fake effectively, we'll have to abuse the lack of information that they have, making them so desperate that we're forced to react to any information that we give them, whether real or fake. Objective number 3 is to use an A lurk smoke that not only denies information for the CTs playing on the bomb sites, but in this case it allows us to quietly close the gap. And then, objective number 4 takes the form of a beautifully synchronized B fake. All it's left to do is to have trust that the plan works and barrage onto the A bomb site with 3 players on ACO's late insurance flashbang. So that's the plan. So now let's have a look at how it went.
Starting to shift. Chaos just throws a fake over at the B bomb site, and look how much space that's created. Virtus.pro is jumpy.
Yup.
The round starts a simple but controlled 2-2-1 default, where according to our plan, we freeze in positions to run down the clock and beat any Virtus.pro information or aggression. After being able to slowly take space during the round, we let the clock run down and we use a simple lurk smoke for a heavy V fake to leave Virtus.pro totally in the dark. With the perfect fake and timer in low, Virtus.pro are forced to rotate 4 players onto the V-bomb site, despite having 3 on A only a few seconds earlier. The fake is stood so well that when the well-timed attack comes into the A-bomb site, even the last defender in Fame finds himself rotating to help his teammates. Isaac shows his quality going into the bomb site, and with some late kills from Chaos and the saving CTs, the plan is a total success and resets the Virtus.pro economy, leading us 1 step deeper at IEM Katowice. The second example follows the same pattern, but this time with a slight variance of tempo. Objective number 1 is to take the space available quickly and carefully, and by 1 minute 20 we already have total connector control with some A pressure, which pushes Shame and Fame back towards their defensive protocol. Objective number 2 is to then as quickly and quietly as possible make our way towards B for a coordinated B hit. Objective number 3 to hit at the earliest possible moment, with the hope that the B rotator Mia bites on our early information at A to rotate. But in the worst case scenario, we should avoid any B stack and go into a maximum of 3 CTs, which is exactly what happens. We also use pre-planned HE grenades hitting an area that Norbert has been frequently playing in recent Masters, ending his round before he even realizes what happened. Then, as 5, we totally swarm the remaining defenders, giving VP an impossible situation that even their world-class players cannot salvage. When preparing a game plan, it's very important to understand what the opponent is trying to achieve, and here it is clear. They want to minimize risks, be close together to rotate quickly, and stall on bomb sites until the cavalry arrives. And whilst this is a well-drilled defense, it does have its limitations. Seeing such limitations is a coach's job, along with creating a rehearsed game plan that exploits them. As much as coaches create game plans, they often do not work out fully as expected. with teams also changing up their own game plan and creating mind games where the best in-game leads are locked into mental battles trying to outthink their opponent. In this instance, everything worked out perfectly. A massive credit has to be given to the players with how flawlessly they were able to execute all aspects of the plan with such precision in the final map against a series against elite opposition. Hopefully this has offered some insight of the pre-game duties that the coaches will regularly cover most of. If you'd like to see more, leave some feedback, then let me know, and maybe we can look into creating some other topics in the world of coaching.